Hey guys, how you doing? Actually, 2 days before I got one in those, right? But much better today, right? After I think I didn't see the doctor, right? I just take some Panadol, some medicines, then for 2 days, much better, right? 2 days before, that means just on the first day of this year, um, even can't speak, right? Can't speak, right? But today is much better, right? Yesterday still not very good, but today you can see the voice is much better, right? So yesterday a little bit shocked the market by Tesla because the annual car delivery doesn't show a lot of increment, right? But the stock price been rising up a lot, right? So what did it rose up for, right? Why did it rose up the price, right? The stock price, right? And then the Nasdaq been dropped it, and not only because of Tesla, also because of Apple, because Apple cut a little bit price of the iPhone Pro 16, iPhone Pro Max in China, and we all know that actually Apple never cut the price, no discount, right? So a lot of people then is thinking is both of them then face some critical problem, especially in China, right? And the answer to that is yes. I can say that the answer to that is yes. And in China, I think that Tesla will never be comparable to BYD because of the policy of the China government, right? And we know that actually Tesla put a lot of hope in China before and moved it and built a factory there, cut the price, then cut the price, then cut the price, right? But still, that then she is incomparable to BYD in China, right? And we all know that in US, if US is not putting 100% tariff on BYD and on all China vehicles, then Tesla will gone, right? Tesla will gone because actually Tesla now if she lost the China market and then the US market, then she will gone, right? That's what it is, right? So actually, why stock price of Tesla rise up a lot in these few months is because of Donald Trump, right? It seems Elon Musk will be a politician very soon, right? Am I right? I don't know, right? I don't know, right? And the people are thinking that if then there will be a lot of policy that favor Tesla will come out, right? That's what the people thinking. So a lot of the fund manager just put the money into the Tesla, right? I'm not jealous on then she nearly rise to 50% on last year, because we have the Broadcom, right? Broadcom rise to double last year, and we got a double as well, right? We got a double. I sold out 30%, right? So actually, then our cost is very low, right? I'm not jealous on Tesla's rise up, but we have to be very careful on that because the market yesterday shows that the market now seems wake up, right? And then they start to examine the true value behind Tesla, and then they found something. It's not as they expected, right? That means the stock price is not as what the really performance did, right? So we will take a quick look on that in this program today, right? Okay, then our Falcon portfolio been 123%. Then I'll show you then the 2024 performance in a minute. So for any of you then have any questions, then you can leave your message under the YouTube, or you can directly email to me by usstockmarketweekly@gmail.com. This is our cover, and this is the Cybertruck, right? The same model as that one being exploded, right, at the front door of Trump Hotel, right? But not this car, right? The same model, right? Quite cool, huh? And the market is shocked that by Tesla has no increment on annual car delivery. Then why the stock price rise up so sharp, right? So we'll take a look on that in a minute. Still dropping. Yesterday, Dow Jones still dropping, right? Dropped at 151 points. Nasdaq been much better at the close of the market because you can see that actually Nasdaq been dropped at maximum down to 19 and 100, right? That means 180 points more than that. That means then once Nasdaq dropped at more than 200, right? But at the close of the market then is a little bit better. And this is our Falcon 350,000 portfolio. Then last year then we got a total return of 17, right? 17% compared to at the end of 2023. And then this year I want to make it better, right? I want to make it better. Then some of the stock then with a slow growth, then we will drive them out and then drop in some better one, right? So just follow our channel, right? Okay, then I talk about of that for so many times that the treasury yield of the US is too high. 4.5 something, that is too high, right? That is not favor for the stock market, then I don't know why. A lot of people, a lot of money keep flowing into the US and buying the treasury bonds, right? Probably because of Trump, right? And China's e-car boom is increasingly more about hybrids. Hybrids, that means the using the gasoline and then EV, then the mixed model, right? That means then you can use either one, right? You can use the gasoline or you can use the EV part, no problem on the car. That means it's more hybrid. That's it, right? In China, in the BYD, right? That was what I just mentioned, right? And Apple offers holiday discount in China, right? As Huawei's competition heats up, then I can honestly tell everyone that not a single product in China can beat the China product because of the policy, right? Because of the policy, right? You can see that Apple is giving customer 500 RMB, that means 68.5 US dollar off of the iPhone 16 Pro or iPhone 16 Pro Max. And for the iPhone 16, that means the cheaper version, or iPhone 16 Plus is 400 RMB off, right? That means then Apple is cutting the price, right? Cutting the price. Let me divide a little bit, then see the percentage of that. The discount is about 5%, right? 5% discount, right? Why? Because the Huawei's competition, actually Huawei's no matter in all aspects is incomparable to iPhone 16, right? But because of the policy, because it's politics, right? So I'm not optimistic on that, right? I just read the news on my cell phone. Is the police department stopped it to arrest the South Korea president Yoon because too many people crowded in front of the president house and they can't use the force, right? You cannot shoot the people, right? You can't shoot the people, but you can go in, and they've been struggling of each other for more than one day already. So I just read the news on the iPhone that the police department of the Korea, then they announced that they stopped it to arrest the president, right? Arrest the president, right? So that's amazing to me, right? Arrest the president, right? That is a must, right? We know that China is putting down the bond yields, right? But when the bond yields going down and going down, right? Actually, why they going down the bond yields? First of all, then they don't want you to buy the bond yields, right? If you buy the bond, a lot of people buy the bond yields, then how can they give the dividend to you, right? No one do the investment, right? And then if the bond yield is low, then they think that the money will go out to the market and then the people will spend. But the fact is that if your bond yields keep lower and lower, and then the foreign exchange will flow out, right? Because your bond yield is too low, 1 point something, and US is 4 point something, right? It's incomparable, right? So that's what it is, right? It's incomparable. So the thing is that then the economy, right, is quite a whole thing. Then you look at one thing at all the angles, right? If you do one thing, then you will lose the another one, right? What China wants is then I keep the interest rate very low, right? The money please flow out of the bank and you spend, but then the foreign exchange will flow out of China, right? The investment will flow out of China, and when the investment flow out of China, then the people become more poor. The people more poor, then they are reluctantly to spend the money, except for the necessities, right? So that's deadly circulation. That's what it is. That's a dead circle, right? And this is the big news, right? It's Ukraine just stopped the Russian air flows to Europe. Then because the contract ends, right? Honestly speaking, I don't know this country, right? And a lot of countries now in Europe, then they well prepared for that, right? Honestly speaking, I don't know this country. Slovakia, I don't know. Then this country is threatened to cut the electricity supply to Ukraine because she stopped it, right? But right, then you still buy the natural gas from Russia. They just invade your country, right? So that's funny, right? And that contract is 5 years, right? And then now then must be a stop, right? Then who lose, right? Actually, Ukraine get $1 billion, right? Just have the pie flow through Ukraine, right? Flow through Ukraine, right? And then actually this pipeline is since 1991, 30 years already, right? More than 30 years already, right? And then that company in Russia is called Gazprom, right? The biggest natural gas resources supplier in Russia. And Ukraine will lose 1 billion a year, right? But Russia will lose 5 billion, right? And actually, where the Europe countries get the natural gas is from Norway, Netherlands, and then US, right? But of course, then they need to pay a lot, many times more expensive than from Russia, right? Because of transportation, of the price, blah 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 blah, something like that, right? So a lot of countries now in Europe is very poor, right? UK, Germany, France, when they have a big head because then they can't use the chip. Actually, the pipeline save a lot of money, but no, they can't use it anymore. So they have to use that Norway. Norway is very expensive, right? And then Netherlands is very expensive. From US, not very expensive, but the transportation is very expensive, right? You do not have a pipeline, right? Even now you want to build a pipeline, then across the sea, then I don't think that will be completed in 10 years, right? So now then the most hurt one is not Russia or Ukraine. That one is Europe, right? That one is Europe, right? That's what it is. So it changed a lot, right? Actually, then there are still another pipeline called Turk Stream pipeline, links Russia with Hungary, Serbia, and Turkey. But then for another side, there is no, right? Because Ukraine turned it off already, right? Shut it down already. Okay, then we go to Tesla. So why did Tesla stock price rise up? Right, you can see that, and there is amazing PE ratio of 103. That's amazing. But how can you support this PE ratio more than 100? We know that EV is not a new thing today already, right? We've been talking about EV for more than 10 years already, more than 10 years, right? First, I saw EV model car in Hong Kong is 2006. 2006, 18, 19 years before in Hong Kong. So EV now is not a new thing, right? Not AI, EV is old thing already, right? So how can it support more than 100 PE, right? And in the past 5 years, then it rose up more than 11 times, right? 11 times, right? And then in the past year, then it, because of Elon Musk supporting Trump, then it rose up more than 50%, right? Tesla shares lie is because, right? It's Elon Musk already said that this year's growth is slow, but the result improved that later in the year. Then that is bullshit, right? That's bullshit. We heard about it for so many times, right? And then there are two very strong competitors for Tesla, Hyundai from Korea and then China's BYD, right? So why the stock price tumble down? You can see the expected and the announced yesterday from Tesla, and what the people expected of the Q4 production is 515,000 cars, right? And what the total production is only 459,000 cars, right? It's less 10% less, right? And the annual production of 2024, the people expected is 1,828,000 cars, right? And the annual production is only 1,773,000 cars, right? It is less than nearly than few percent, right? Especially back in Q4, right? We know that then if you produce less cars, then that means the profit is less, and the demand is weak. Take a look on the net margin, right? BYD is only 4.9%. Toyota get the best one, 9.2%, right? Ford, very bad, 1.9%. How can she survive? For 1.9% of a car, we know that, right? A lot of money then have to impose it to make a car, right? And the damn, then you only get the 1.9 net margin. You're kidding me, right? And then Tesla got the best, 13.1%, right? And from BYD, if she did not get the subsidies from the China government, I think she is negative. I think she will become negative. But the fact is that she is continuously getting the subsidies from the China government, right? We can take a look on that, right? Take a look, right? No matter is the revenue from US, Netherlands, or Norway of China, the sum up is actually the revenue of Tesla on the early or the end of last year is nearly the same as this season. Nothing improved it. You can see that, right? Nothing improved it. So why the stock price rise up? It rise up for nothing? But we can see that Tesla's monthly sales volume in China is got declining, right? She got the maximum on 2022 already, right? I point out by the red lines, and then goes up, and then why it goes down a little bit at the end is because she cut the price. I can honestly tell you, the auto driving in Tesla will not be approved unless BYD got it first, right? This is the policy of China. But in China, the monthly EV penetration continuously going up. See that, right? For this past 4 years, it's continuously going up, right? Then people saying, how about the robot tax? Remember that it's not only Tesla got the robot tax. Google also got the Waymo and is testing it in Japan as well, right? And then the analyst said that even for the robot tax, and it completely take over from Uber's 127 billion, is only 10% of Tesla's current market cap. But that means she can't get 10%, right? Maybe 5%, right? Then why the stock price go up like that, right? Can it support the PE? No. And the robot taxi from Tesla is still not successful, right? And don't forget that BYD hits the production milestone of 10 billion new energy vehicles, and it continuously go to Europe, right? Go to Europe in China, right? And then maybe in Japan, in Asia countries, something like that, right? And she is very cheap, get the subsidy from China government. So that's the issue, right? That's the issue. That's the big competition by Hyundai of Korea and then BYD of China. That is the old thing already. Yesterday, right? Yesterday, you see that January 2nd. We talked about this one already. The total production of Tesla cars in Q4 and then the 2024 whole year, right? So think about it of the high PE ratio of Tesla. Then do you know that what is the PE ratio of Toyota and BYD? Give you a figure. BYD's PE ratio is only 20, right? And Toyota is less than 10, 9.94, right? So I think that the people should take some profit of Tesla already, right? No matter you view it in different angle, then it is too expensive, right? That's what it is. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and then like, comment, share are appreciated, and then please subscribe as well, right? Okay, I'll see you guys on next Friday. Have a peaceful weekend. Bye bye.